Hello, hello everyone. I hope you can hear me well. I'm here in the Naked Revive Wellbeing Centre here in Haddington, Scotland, and it's a delight to connect with you again. It was amazing fun yesterday. Today we'll be doing quantum energy healings, clearings, readings, Akashic records, readings, whatever you request. So please do put your requests into the chat in all caps. And the amazing Viviani, who we had on the live stream as well yesterday in person, will be randomly selecting requests and helping me as I gradually become less coherent throughout the next couple of hours as I work through your requests. So thank you, Viviani, for all your incredible love and support. It's greatly appreciated. And yeah, I'm excited today to work through whatever comes our way. I've just been asking some of the people in the chat to share where you are in the world. So I'm in the uh, near the capital of Scotland, which is Edinburgh, towards the east coast. And I'm in a little town called Haddington in East Lothian. So it's about maybe 20 miles or maybe a bit less east of Edinburgh. And it's this beautiful little well-being centre that's recently opened, and I've started doing treatments here. Um, yes, the comedy festival, the Edinburgh Festival, and fringe festivals, which are now combined. Yeah, they take place in Edinburgh, which is fantastic. The city doubles. Um, and it's amazing where you're all from. It's so easy to um, just assume that you're all in America, but it's amazing to see that everyone's around the world. Um, Gina, your work lurking. I love that. Yes, please do work lurk. I think I welcome lurkers. It's often great to participate by receiving. I'm just saying hello to everyone in the chat. Hello to Elif, Candy B. Hello to Vivienne again. MX3, CC Angel. Hello to Candy B, LP, MG, um, Kim B, and have I got everyone? Horses Trigger Hope. Hello, Seashells. Emily. Hello. And have I got everyone? Hello to Gina. Hello, Nathan. And hello, Vidya. Um, wow. So yes, laughter is healing. Um, yeah, the how would I describe the Edinburgh Festival? It's kind of like all of the world's like craziest, most fun shows from around the world come and like descend on Edinburgh every year. The city doubles in size, and loads of them are free, and there can even be in like people's houses and stuff, and it's just a lot of fun. Um, Often you'll go to quite short shows, and you maybe do like two or three in a night, and yeah, they're a lot of fun to do. And if you're watching and you happen to be in Scotland and you're near Haddington, please do drop by. I wasn't doing much advertising, but for today, but I do have chairs behind me. You can come in and walk in through these doors. I don't know if this will work, or if no, if I do that, everything will fall apart. But it's just down there is the doorway. You can just walk straight in and request. So let's get started. So I'll set us up a safe space, and then we'll start working through your requests. So I'll just begin by taking in 3 deep breaths in through the nose, nice and deep, and breathe out what no longer serves our highest good, nice and loud. Breathe in through the nose, nice and deep, and breathe out any low vibration energy or emotion, nice and loud. Breathe in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out any fear, shame, anxiety, or pain at this time, nice and loud. And continue to breathe deeply and calmly. And from these golden sparks, our divine sparks in the center of our hearts, we extend a light cord up through the top of our heads, up through the sky and through the stars, going higher and higher through the dimensions of this universe until we reach the highest dimension of the source of love of this universe, and there connecting our light cords into source. Remain connected into source and extend our light cords down through the stars and through the sky, back down to the top of our heads and into our hearts once more. And now this time from the center of our hearts, we extend our light cord down through the root of our spine, deep into the ground, going deeper and deeper through the layers of this planet until you reach the very core of Mother Earth. And there, connecting your light cord into Mother Gaia's crystalline heart. And we send Mother Gaia so much love at this time. Just allow her to send her love back. Remain connected into Gaia's heart and extend your light cord up through the layers of the planet, up through the root of your spine and into your hearts once more. And now, together with the light of Source above and Mother Gaia below, we expand out our golden bubbles of protected light to surround each of us individually at first, about 2 meters out from the center of our hearts. And we set the intention to expand around each side, above, below, in front and behind us, setting the intention that only energies and entities with our permission, our highest good, love and compassion, can see us, access us, or exist within this space or within us, and that all other energies and entities must leave immediately. And into our golden bubbles, we invite in our guides, our higher selves, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Metron, Source, and Gaia, for our guidance, clearing, healing, protection, self-love, and intuition, and also to access the Akashic records. And through space and time, I create a golden bubble around all of us in the live stream and in the replay, and anyone that chooses to join us physically in this room today at the Wellbeing Center. And I set the intention for our boundary that only energies and entities with our permission, our highest good, love and compassion, can see us, access us, or exist within this space or within us. All other energies and entities must leave this space immediately. I invite in my guides, my higher self, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Source and Gaia, and Archangel Metron to assist us with fulfilling your requests today. Please put them in capitals in the chat. They will be randomly selected. When selected, please say hello in the chat to show that you're here and expand on your request if you wish. And feel free to continue to give feedback as you hear me work through your request. We'll get through as many as we can over the next 1 hour and 50 minutes remaining. And if we're unable to service your request today, we'll be live again on Thursday. And donations are welcomed. They are optional and yet welcomed to jonbinnie.com/donate. And so it is. Thank you, Viviana. You're already ahead. So this is LP is first. Hello, LP. He said, please may I have a healing clearing. I seem to be stuck in bed rotting on my free time and unable to get out of the slump. Thank you for sharing. I'm just taking a note. And if there's any more detail you'd like to share about the challenges that you face at this time, LP, please feel free to expand on this. So just asking LP's guides and your higher self to step forwards. And we'd like to best understand what is the cause of LP's challenges of feeling stuck in bed. And how can we best assist at this time? So there's several things I see at the same time. One is your body is in um, like fight or flight mode. And this is where you reach a stage of burnout and your body wants to stop and your body wants to rest. And your body really does not want to get back up. Now, I'm not sure that you're really aware of the burnout, and it is really common to not fully feel into it. And so what I also see is, so I can see you lying down, and then what I see just along, it's about halfway down your back, and then towards the base of your spine is this like this negative energy drain. And it's like it's like any energy that you're building up while you're resting is just being pulled out from under you. And take a closer look at what this is. It's like this energy is just pulling and feeding off you and just scanning around your back. It's like a kind of, it almost sits in this shape. It feels like when you lie down, it feels like that is the shape of, it's to the shape of your mattress. See if I can remove this. It's going forward my light sword. And it's right across the back, so I'm just taking it across, gently across from one side to the other, from your right to your left, your right to your left. This entity is quite large that's draining you, and it disappears out of my vision. It feels like it's affecting others. Let me just pull it apart. Return to source, so never return here again. So that this this entity that's like drawing this energy out of you, LP, is I'm glad you feel the tingles on your back. This thing that's feeding off you is feeding off multiple people. So I'm not able to, without identifying those people, I'm not able to fully um, deal with the entity itself on behalf of other people. But what I have been able to do that for you. And so what I was doing just at the end there was what I'd basically done is taken off this. I saw like this ball at the center of this being, and then this very large, almost like a tube that ran all the way up, and it came up through the floor in your home, and then up through the bed and into the back. Um, and so I was able to remove that tube, like that big arm that was taking your energy away. And then I wanted to remove that arm. I then focused on the entity and encapsulated it in a golden bubble and asked Archangel Michael to take a look at it and see what else he'd do with that entity. I'm glad you feel lighter, LP. You need to remind me, I don't know if you have already, but yeah, please take a look at my 14-day negative entity removal and protection um, spirit guide meditations. So that 14 days spirit guide meditations that are free will allow you to really like through your intention to set clear boundaries and stop this happening either for a while or completely. Um, so yeah, I think that's a huge help. I'm glad you feel lighter. I'm glad you're responding to it because I feel like when you're able to really integrate these messages, no matter how to describe it, how unusual these experiences are. If you're receptive to them, it'll help you feel like you have more power, and that's really important, right? So yeah, feel free to listen back to those. And yes, please do work through the meditations as well. And there's also the new monthly meditations. You can sign up for that as well. That just they're going to be. I'm going to create a set of 30 days of meditations every month, and next month will be that theme. This month is all about um, just developing your psychic abilities, and then the following month will be more about entity protection and removal. Okay, and hello to Lacey Gray. And who's next is Salrods. Hello, great to hear from you. So you're saying I've been feeling slightly unwell, cough, shortness of breath with activity, sinus stuff. May I have a healing? Yes, of course. And shortness of breath. Let me take a look. So just asking LP to step back and your guides. I'm wishing you a smooth healing and integration and asking Salrods to step forwards. And your higher self and your guides. So I see for you, there's two factors. One is environmental, and then the second is the effect that it's having on your body just now. So the environmental aspect seems to be like this. It's like a dip in the frequency of where you live. Um, and it feels like when we have these ascension waves, they're the way they're affecting us is that they're rising up in vibration and they're coming back down. And if you've ever done a session with me where we raise in vibration, um, it feels really quite jarring to come back to this frequency. And it's like it feels like a very human thing, right? It's like you feel more joy and higher vibration emotions the higher you get. And then when you come back down and it feels low, it's quite hard. Um, and somehow I think that uh, my impression is that many of us oversimplify ascension waves, and that whenever they're rising and we feel like we're going through upgrades and many of the positive aspects of behaviors, as we rise in vibration, it all feels good. And then suddenly the light turns off and we're just back at normal. That's not true, right? It's like literally like a sine wave. And sometimes the more spiky and so go up and down and up and down. And it's the falling that I was being shown for you, Salrods, that you're the area that you're in, the land and any portals in your area, these are going through like that settling of energy coming down, and it'll baseline for a little while, like that trough, and then it'll gradually begin to come back up. And so during these times where you sense this drop, it's an opportunity to really connect with the land, with your body, with the area around you, and to check in on yourself. And it's almost like holding space and valuing these lower vibration emotions that we go through. So if you're feeling any stress or anxiety, or you're feeling low, then it's important to nurture these, a bit like you're putting your self-care arms around these emotions in your heart and just holding them. And these are often the times I'd be, doing my go-to self-care long baths. I might be sat on the sofa with a blanket over me, even though I'm not cold, just feeling cozy. I might be having a nap. I might be journaling it and writing down, and knowing me, I'd probably be doing a vlog and describing, like talking it out. So journaling and just expressing these emotions that are helpful. And then um, It's the door moving around. And then the other aspect on your chest and your shortness of breath was like this feeling of um, what I saw for you, Sarah, was that you're looking out like from your home and you're looking out across your garden. You're like it's like this impending, almost like an anxiety, but not as heightened as anxiety holds this mix of excitement, and it didn't have that intensity. It was more like something's coming, something's happening, and it's that feeling as you dip down, almost the energetic calm before the storm. And the storm is not negative; it's positive, right? It brings us back up when the ascension waves continue to rise up. Um, so I hope that helps you to just bring awareness to it. You're saying you're a bit wheezy. Interesting. I've been seeing fewer sights and resting a lot and feeling something coming. Yes, you will see less in your area because of the lower vibration. So it's almost like um, the frequency range that you're used to experiencing is narrowed during these lower periods. I had a strong feeling of death in the wind a couple of days ago. Yeah, you will. Um, it's not to like invalidate these in any way, or even try to explain these lower densities. Um, but it is an opportunity, when if you have like the full range of, if you could experience all of your full range of emotions from, shame up to the highest joy and highest love all at the same time, it's very difficult to give your conscious attention and your heart's energy to all of those emotions. And so this is an opportunity when you're pulled down more towards the lower vibrations to connect with those, perhaps journal them, like and just to share, what it is you're experiencing. I don't feel like this impending doom or anything, but um, let me just ask your guide, is there anything that Sarah should be aware of? Yeah, your guide is saying that Sarah's you rise and you physically rise and fall with the environment with you. This is how you feel you're so connected with the land. Um, yeah. And this feeling came in right at the very beginning as I started, which was there are these low troughs between these spikes of ascension waves they're affecting the whole world. And you'll see it doesn't hit everyone at exactly the same time. It depends, where you are in the world. It depends on your existing vibration and your environmental factors. But these lower um, frequency aspects of these waves, you'll see it not just affecting your area, and not just at the same time. And I feel like since you're very deeply connected to where you live, that you'll tend to feel these fluctuations more first, which I think in some respects is this sense of something's coming, and a lot of it's already come for you. So I hope that helps. It's so funny that I think everyone's left now for the day here. It's 4:25, and it's like all the doors are moving around by themselves. It's funny. Um, I mean, it is windy outside, but there we go. Okay, thank you, Selrods, and thank you for. I love your continued dialogue. It was just really beautiful to chat with you. Like you're right here. You are right here, energetically. Okay, so MX3 would like to receive any removal of negative entities. Okay, just asking Selrods to step back, your higher self and your guides, and for MX3 step forwards, your higher self and your guides. Wow, okay. Well, there's definitely something attached to you. So you're in a MX3, you're in this like box. Um, it's like a protective box. It seems to be containing, it's like a force field. Your head is outside of this box, and then the rest of your body down to just below your knees. Almost like it was a costume. The box's color is like a gray, and then there's this shimmering energy that's going across it, almost like, you see on the scales of a fish, the shimmering like rainbow, like a rainbow trout, or there's many other fish that show this on their scales. Your guides are step right back, which is a real like red flag for me. So um, it's because they're scared of what's attached to you. I mean, maybe scared's not quite the right word. Um, that they're keeping the distance for safety. We just ask Archangel Michael about this. Yeah, he's not familiar what this box is, so he's going to take a look. Wow. So he's just probing, he's like knocking on this box and he's trying to figure out what it is. And he's telling me that it's actually to stop Archangel Michael and I from helping you, which is probably the first time I've experienced this. Like it's a defensive mechanism. And I'm just being, my awareness is now around this box is there are rivets that run around the four corners vertically, these little rivets. Archangel Michael's showing me what happens if we remove it. In some respects, it's protection to stop people from being able to remove the entity that's within this box around you. And in other respects, it's a trap that if I was to open it right now without taking precautions, then this entity would attack me. And before we do anything, I'm just checking this over. So this is on a scale of zero risk to 10, a very high risk. This is up there, especially doing this in a live stream. Let me just ask Archangel Michael, is it safe to remove during the live stream? Can we guarantee or thereabouts the safety of the rest of the live stream and people in the replay and MX3? So yes, Archangel Michael is going to help me by creating this like a quarantine zone within this safe space we created. And what he's helping do is just move any of us out it's the sounds a funny thing to say, the corner of a circle, the sphere that I created at the start of protection. He said this is really helpful because it stopped anything else joining this entity or assisting in any way. Okay, and just asking me to create another bubble around it also. Okay, so now I'm just going to get Archangel Michael to assist. So he's saying I'm the one that has to open the box. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull out the rivets and I'm just going to get Archangel Michael to hold on to the box itself. Ira untoro somoro chimidi tikimara inoro sono como tarama. Return to source or never return here again. What's happened is within this containment field that we've created, this entity is just like exploded within it. Imagine like being able to explode a grenade within a force field. It's really grim. it's not really clear that this entity is actually alive. So what I'm going to do is just gradually pull this away from you, and I'm pulling it down through to your feet, MX3. So it's almost like your body is just rising up out of the sphere. That's down to your waist. So I'm just going to make sure cleaning off the top of you, your torso. Orma inira ontromo soro chimia oro mara. Return to source, or never return here again. I'm pulling this out from your feet. Archangel Michael, please return this to source, or never return here again. He's saying it's going to source since it's like it's done. And let me just scan through you in X3. I feel like it's a huge shift for you. This is a huge shift for you removing this entity. And I want to be really careful. There was something about that entity. The reason why it wanted to explode was to like infect others, especially me, with like little seeds. It wanted to plant seeds. You know, many of these entities will play a long game. You know, they'll plant a seed and cause you problems days, months, weeks, years later. So just scanning down you. Yeah, there's just a few. It was about 8 actually. Take out your feet. Return to source or never return here again. And then just bringing in healing light from the highest dimension of source above throughout MX3's being. Good. And I saw you doing this MX3 like for the first time. They're like, I can move my it's like I can move my arms again. Um, so just really happy to see that for you. Wow. That was incredible. There's a lot of people commenting. MX3, I don't know how that went for you. Just let me know. Um, it was a big change for you. So yeah, please do get plenty of rest, drink plenty of water, and don't be too hard on yourself. It's you're feeling sleepy, yeah. It's it's a lot when someone like me comes on YouTube and tells you that um, this has happened to you and helps you. It's a lot to get your head around. I feel the first thing to do is just to focus on allowing yourself to integrate what just happened. And that means you may want to listen back. We're at 34 minutes in. You might want to listen back and check in on, how that experience feels for you and what resonates with you. Um, Also, yeah, drink plenty of water. Of course, you can book a one-to-one session with me. I have plenty of availability next week. And you can also, in the interim, sign up for my free meditations for entity removal and protection. And that's a 14-day spirit guide meditation. Um, so I hope that helps. Um, yeah, please get plenty of rest. Just allow your body to tell you how you feel. Like often our bodies go into what I call a healing response. And this is where your body's like, I just did a big thing. And you can get that from reflexology and massage and loads of different healing modalities. And what your body's saying is, I need the time to integrate. And it's like your organs and every aspect of you, like they switch into this alternative mode, and we're not really very conscious of it, right? But it's a real thing. And it feels, to me, when I experience it, it feels a bit like jet lag. My mind can feel maybe a little bit foggy, but largely quite clear, and or my energy quite clear. And then my body wants to sleep. My body wants to rest. So yeah, definitely listen to your body. Don't just push through it. Um, so Michelle, you were saying, wow, never spoke light language until now. That was neat. Um, yeah, it's super fun speaking light language. And I love teaching it too in my higher self foundational training. Okay, and Viviane, I think you've already told me who's next. Um, Elif. Hello to Elif. Can I get a heart healing and messages from my guides? Okay, messages. Of course. Okay, so just asking MX3 to step back, your guides and your higher self, and sending you so much love and wishing you a smooth integration. And asking Elif to step forwards, your guides and higher self. And you've requested a heart healing and messages from your guides. Your guide, your guide is almost mimicking me. Like I'm sat on on a I'll just show it on a stool. It's on a massage, a reflexology stool. It's a bit like a saddle. Um, and your guide, it's really funny. Your guide, Elif, is like they're sat on a log, like a tree stump, and they're sitting down, and it's because they want their hands to be at you're standing up, and they want their hands to be at your heart level. But they're kind of laughing at me, saying, "Oh, it's like you, John, like we're sat at the same level." So how can we assist with Elif's heart at this time? Your guide showing me like this swirling, like to stir your heart energy, almost like a washing machine, and to remove anything that doesn't serve your highest good. It feels like there's that process. I've never really done it like that, or not consciously. But what it's doing is like getting all the bits around the edges. Often we have like lower vibration, you know, I often see them as like these almost like luggage, these black, heavy emotions and trauma that we feel in our lives. We often hold it, store it down at the bottom of our hearts, and this circular motion will help like churn that up. And then what we'll do is we'll filter out all of the negative energy, all the low vibration energy that doesn't serve your highest good, bringing down a column of golden light from the highest dimension of source above, all the way down through your crown chakra, third eye, throat, into your heart. And yeah, I'm just grounding this through your lower chakras, through your root, and into Mother Earth. And now just spinning this heart of yours. And then just removing any negative energy. Return to source or never return here again. I was doing that. It's like there was the energy in this whole well-being center just shifted a lot. Um, okay, that looks good. Just scanning through. So it seems a lot lighter. Thank you, Elif. You're saying you're so fascinated by my work. So am I. It's like if you ever want to learn on the job, then do this work. What I get taught by all these incredible guides and clients is just incredible. And then just scanning down, that was good. But just a little bit of a line out of alignment with your sacral chakra. So let me just help here. Encouraging connections with the solar plexus and root. Okay, good. Um, and any messages for Elif at this time? Your guide's doing this like they're sat at a campfire and they're just holding their hands like this over your heart, Elif. It looks a little bit like Reiki, but what they're doing is they're saying that they're receiving love energy from you. It's like a almost like a diagnostic test to see um, how healthy your heart is. They're just picking up on the radiant energy. So if you want to just send some love to your guides just now, and you can do it by just placing your let me see, your left hand on your heart, your right hand out like this, and just say, I love you guides. I love you guides, and allow the energy to flow out through the left and out through the right. So from your heart through the left hand and out through your right. Just I love you guides. I love you guides. Your guides messages simply to get closer to them. They want to have a relationship with you, a friendship. Um, and it's lovely, right? It's so lovely to often it's easy to idolize spirit guides. But many of them idolize us. And the important thing is to really connect with them, talk to them out loud, thank them. Um, and and you're saying, Elif, oh, that's so wholesome. Me too. I'm not that advanced spirituality. Yeah, if you believe in guides, and you did ask for messages from your guides, so I guess there's some understanding. Um, just talk out loud. I talk to them quite a lot, and just out loud. It's it's a great start, and start with love and gratitude. They're very high vibration emotions, and they're a great way of getting closer. Now, not all of us get this message right to build a friendship, but your guide was very interesting and a lot of humor, and wants to connect with you, and there's a real fascination with you as a human. Um, our guides are often very fascinated with us humans for lots of different reasons. Okay, so let's see. Excuse me, who's next? CC Angel. Hi, John. Can I get a heart healing? Oh, hang on. Is this not Ellis? Is this the same? Am I hallucinating? It wouldn't be the first time. Oh no, it is just the same, very similar request. So CC Angel is next, but it's just a really similar request. Okay. I say it's the same request, it's not the same words. So just to confirm, CC Angel is asking, Hi John, can I get a heart healing and messages from my guides? Thank you. Okay. And yes, drink lots of water, like lots and lots and lots. Yeah, good. No copy and paste mistake. Thank you, Viviani. Okay, so just asking Ella to step back, asking your guides and higher self to step back, and for CC Angel to step forwards, your guides and higher self. And we're here to assist with heart healing. Yeah, heart healing and any messages. There's just like this, just need to bear with me. There's just massive frequency shift. Started with this high pitch, like ringing coming down through me. It's all getting quite loud. Um, this feels a bit like an ascension wave. What's happening to me is my vibrations are being raised, and here, like almost in this position on my right ear, is this. It's like this, like quite a low tone. And just before this energy, um, and I'm just remembering where I feel these sensations from. This is me aboard a Galactic Federation ship traveling up in an elevator, and they do this like they shift the elevator shifts in frequency. So each level of the a bit like on the planet, Earth, but every level has a different frequency. And I'm just being taken up to this room. I could see the room before I was there, but I was just being shown this room where you are, CC Angel, and you're in um like this open area. It just how to describe it? This is a vast room. I'm not sure that I can see the very end of it. And on it are these little pods, and these pods have different beings in them. Some are human, and they are med beds. They're medical beds. And so I'm being taken to the bed where you are. This is an Arcturian guide who's taking me over. Okay. I feel quite humbled because I'm like, how can I help? I'm just a human, and your guide saying it's because you're human, John, that we need your help. Okay. So they're going to open up the lid um, of the pod, and you're still like you're unaffected. They're saying that for many hours, you can stay in exactly the same protected healing state with the lid taken off. The lid is just really just a precaution. And I'm fascinated by what aspect of you is in this bed, and it seems to be your higher self. So this is a higher aspect of you, CT Angel, and what's happening is it's a preparation to help heal this aspect of you and bring in your higher self into the version of CC Angel that requested this. And yes, it's through the heart. And what they're asking me to do is just place my hands onto your heart and uh, to send in love energy and to help connect this version of you that lives here on Earth with your higher self, this higher aspect of you. This what dimension is this in? Because this felt like quite a shift to step up into lower sixth dimension. Wow, okay. Well, that explains the rising up in vibration. Okay. So I'm just gonna okay, so it wants me to the art touring guide wants me to charge my hands, okay? I feel like you want to shout clear, clear before I do this, but I don't need to. I'm not going to send any large electrical pulses through you. Okay, that's good. And just sending love. And so just placing my hand around your back of your heart and around the front. Anna Ureyamata Intereno Rusa 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 Ta-da. Okay, good. And then just helping connect this version of you down at the third dimension. And I'm just taking a cord of light from your heart, extending it out from your third dimension into your sixth dimensional being, and then igniting the fire in the heart, the sixth dimensional version of you. Ta-da, 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 ah, good. And then helping merge the two of you as well. You have a clear path of connection now. Good. I'm just asking your touring guide, is there anything else I need to do while I'm here? So, um, not related to your request, CC Angel, but your guide is just asking is asking to for me to take a look at another pod. When you said your husband crossed over 7 months ago, and I'm just now starting this journey. I'm sorry for your loss. Um, I'm just asking how to explain this. Um, this version of you in the sixth dimension is you, and you will, if if you were to ask like a version of us in the third dimension, how come you managed to live so long? How come you managed to rise up in vibrations? It would appear very much like you've had this very linear progression um, from your third dimensional being into sixth. And the reality is there are kind of like these milestones, these shifts that you go through on your journey individually that allow you to continue to ascend, and you transcend these almost death-like states. Um, and there will be, as each of us go through this, you become invisible to lower vibrations. And I mean like literally physically invisible. And I'd love to hear in the chat if anyone else experienced this, but like just like today, I was going around town here and I was putting up pictures, and I could literally just walk in. I mean, I'm wearing like all black in my big black jacket and holding this, and I just walk into shops and into places, and like literally no one would see me, and only when I asked to speak to someone would they kind of look and then focus, and then they'd be like, and I was always met with such loving responses, and they're always like, yes, please do, please put up your advert in our shop, that would be lovely. Um, so yeah, it's this just an awareness, and just touching on your husband's passing, is that there's there's a journey ahead of us that including myself, we're not really allowed to know exactly how it all works, but to know that there is um, this ascension path that takes us in a higher vibration, and in 3D terms we transcend several states of death, um, to continue to rise. Many of us in these lifetimes, in this lifetime, in this consciousness, will achieve sixth dimensional ascension. So I hope that helps, CC Angel, and best of luck with you on your journey. That's a really powerful, beautiful heart you have. And before I'm just going to be courteous to your guide who's reminded me just now, I'm just going to step out of the Galactic Federation ship. Thank you so much for taking me to the medical bay. Your touring guide saying, John, please stick around, please help with more. And I'm like, I do a lot in dream time, but I'm just going to come back to Earth now, just bring my all of my consciousness, all my awareness back. Okay, thank you. Okay, I hope that helps, CC Angel, and hello to everyone that's joined. Hello to Millie, Joe Megan. Hello to Mr. Floyd. There's lots of others. But hello to you. Thank you for coming along. Requests in all capitals. They are randomly picked. Please say hello when your name is picked, and ask for a healing, clearing reading. And um, also donations are welcomed to jonbinnie.com/donate. Okay. Um, so who's next? Let me see. I suspect the incredible Viviani has already told me. She has. Okay, thank you. Seashells. Hello. May I ask for a clearing from any negative attachments and family karma be removed? Welcome in new healing, love, and energies that best suit me. Um, so I'm not sure what I can do about family karma. I can help you with anything that affects you ultimately. So I will definitely honor that aspect of the request. So just asking CC Angel and everyone else to step back and asking seashells to step forwards, your guides and higher self. So really interesting, your lowest vibration guide is like very proudly step forwards. Um, I'm not going to go into too much detail about what they look like. Like they're just showing themselves briefly. They're quite short. They're almost look a bit almost kind of troll-like, but more like they, especially the arms are much more muscular and almost like a cross, but like a hybrid somewhere between like a troll and a rock being. And they're quite grumpy, loving but grumpy. I'm not sure where grumpy is on the frequency spectrum, but it's definitely not at the very bottom. Um, so how can we best help with clearing any attachments? Okay. Your your guide is saying it's like it's talking your guide is talking a little bit like that reminds me of the Hulk and saying like smash, like to smash these entities out of you. And I'm like, wow, I did not expect that. And showing me like meat on a chopping board and what is it, like a hammer that's used to like pound meat. It's like, wow, um, I don't think I'll be doing that. Okay, so I understand why now. The what it's like, seashells, it's like you're laid, and it's funny because this my laptop here is on a massage bed where I do reflexology, and soon I'll be doing Swedish massage as well. Um, lying on the bed, and it's like underneath you. If you've ever seen someone like in a circus, etc., on a performance, lie on a bed of nails, it's like you're laying on a bed of very negative energy, these nails, and your body is like submerged into these nails, so they're all like sticking up through you. Grumpy Smurf. Grumpier, grumpier. Okay, so I was just being shown, like your guide was showing me to take my light sword, and then I have to like work from your head, and I'm just imagining you're here in front of me, and I'm using my light sword, and what I have to do is like, okay, it's kind of like a hammer, I get it, and just talking to your guide. Um, what I'm doing is like hitting the tips of these negative like nails, these entities that are pierced through you. These have been here a long time, like a long, long time. Um, and it feels like you were born um like this. And it yeah, it's like well, that's horrible. Like an Iron Maiden like energetically that's been like I was just connecting with your request about family trauma. Okay. Okay, so let me do this. Go forward with my light sword. Indara uno, 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 Indara. I'm just pulling this down, pulling them all down out of you. Tanai, Tanai. And then folding these up. Please return to source or never return here again. There was a lot of grief and sadness and wow, just really, really horrible, at like latent energy in there. This wasn't, it this kind of board, this bed of nails, wasn't by itself um, conscious or an entity, but it was saturated in other negative entities, almost like a collective of them, like a microcosm. Um, and let me just do some healing. And that karma you asked for assistance with, that is that karma. You've paid more than enough, and not just for you. You've been paying some karma for others, um, which I'm not really sure how that works or if it really works, but it feels like you tried to. Um, so that's gone. That was another big change. Please do seashells, get plenty of rest, drink plenty of water, and you started to cry. Yeah, it's just a really big change, and I would, I feel like having a bath, laying in water or swimming will really help with with the healing of the wounds. And just before you empty the water, set the intention to clear out anything remaining. And this is almost like you're cleansing the wounds themselves and making sure that everything's drained out of you, okay? So yeah, please do. I always do that when I have a bath now, is I just as I empty the water, I empty anything that doesn't serve my highest good with it. Because it's very easy to just kind of wallow in your emotions in the water. Um, Happy birthday to Lindsay. Thank you, Viviani. A birthday reading for whatever I need to know uh, at this time and going forward for the year. So, birthday reading. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lindsay. Happy birthday to you. Okay, so just asking seashells step back. Oh, yes, a salt bath. I've not had a salt bath in ages. I would love that. Um, Himalayan salt as well is my favorite. Okay, so just asking everyone else step back. And now for Lindsay to step forwards, wishing you a happy birthday, your guides, and your higher self. Okay, this is all really good, by the way, but it's just like I'm trying not to cry. Okay, so your guide, your guide wants to um, give you this very special gift. And it's like so, it looks almost like something out of a cartoon. Like it's this red box, and it's tied up with a bow. It's a like a pink bow around it. Now, there's a spoiler alert in that it's important you know what's inside of it before you accept the gift. Um, and your guide is saying that they would like to gift to you back, so giving you back your self-love. And I want to be really clear is that no one can give you self-love, and no one can take away your self-love. Only you can convince yourself that due to other people's actions, somehow it's a great idea, very traumatically, to give away self-love or to diminish yourself. And whilst I don't sense that same degree of trauma, inside of this box is this beautiful green heart. And what you're going to do, Lindsay, is you're going to open up this present once you're given it. I'm just hearing this loud ringing now, my left ear around the back of my head. Um, and it's like this receiving energy. And so you're being encouraged to hold this presence, and you're going to open it up, and you're going to say, "Oh, I found my self-love again. that's where I put it and put it back into your heart. So this green, beautiful heart into your beautiful green heart chakra. So so your guide doesn't want me to touch it. So I was offering to help. It's like, no, no, no. Your guide wants to give this box to you directly. And I'm just double checking. I'm just getting a second opinion about the steps with Archangel Raphael, just asking. So yes, like Lindsay's ready, and he's saying that Lindsay, you have like this capability. I didn't realize my chair had spun around. That your heart has this capability of taking this love back very freely. Okay, so I guess I'll just sit here and allow this to happen. So your guide is just passing you the box now. So you can hold out your hands physically if you want, Lindsay. And your guide is saying, do you, Lindsay, accept your self-love back into your heart? And you, Lindsay, can say, yes, I do. Perfect. Thank you, Lindsay. Okay. And then just allowing you to hold this box against your heart, the contents of this heart. Make sure you've fully got the heart out of the box. That's right. I'm just standing behind you now and watching you do this. And then, yeah, that's right. Place it into your heart. And then give yourself a big squeeze, a big hug. Just hold yourself. And perhaps you'd like to join me, Lindsay, by saying, I love you, Lindsay. I love you, Lindsay. I love you, Lindsay. Good. And just, you can hold that present for as long as you wish. Um, and I just want to be clear about some boundaries there. You asked for um, a like a birthday reading and whatever you need to know for the coming year. So I couldn't do any healing as part of that. And to be honest, I don't think you needed it. It seems like you're capable of doing it yourself. And your guide is saying for this next year ahead, it's your journey of self-love. The the good news is that self-love is one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself. Um, but it's also one of the hardest things to do to give yourself true, full self-love to every aspect of you. So perhaps this year you would like to continue on your journey in this life and explore the things that fill you with the most joy. And these aren't just, talking to people or visiting places or doing things. It's as much about receiving things also. So I hope that helps and happy birthday to you. That was really beautiful. And next we have Lotus Bloom. Um, I would love to have a clearing of my betrayal trauma and a message from your guides. Okay. My pleasure, Lindsay. It's quite funny because I'm watching myself like on a delay here as well, um, on my phone. So I drank a coffee and then I saw there's a version of me down there on my phone drinking coffee too. Um, it's done, so I'll switch over to water. Okay, so Lotus Bloom, I love your name. Thank you for asking. So asking everyone else step back, including Lindsay and your guides and higher self, and asking Lotus Bloom step forwards, your guides and higher self. Okay. I'm just being shown this whole visualization. Maybe to summarize what I'm being shown is this traumatic feeling um of loss of control and being taken on a journey where you um it just feels like it's the last place on earth that you want to be going to, and just feeling like this nauseous feeling inside of you. And I'm just asking like um how best to tackle this. Um and it's really interesting. I was just shown like a few different ways that you can address this trauma. Um and I was just being shown that the strongest way of facing this fear is is by going there and in in your self love and sovereignty, and seeing how you happen to to that place, to those people, to that circumstance, not the other way around, that they happen to you. And by this I mean um it's almost like what other people that seek to abuse you don't realize is that they're playing with fire, and that when they take if they ever try and take advantage or control you, it ends up the other way around. And what you haven't quite been able to do yet, Lotus Bloom, is like figure out how to switch it around. Um, is there any healing we can assist Lotus Bloom with? Okay. Um, so I I if it helps at a human level, I was going through this emotion this morning at a very small scale level, which was for all the times that I feel a bit tired. I had a long day yesterday, about a 12-hour day, and but I didn't feel like I kind of felt quite energized this morning, and I just remember like observing that emotion and realizing that when I get my joy and my fire back, um, I really love this work, and I really love um, this opportunity to be able to do this full time. And it ignites this fire within me, and it like shifts. It totally shifts what might feel like a long working day, and today is much easier. Um, so it totally shifts things around, and I feel like that's this shift that's very difficult for you to see right now, Lotus Bloom, but I can start by helping ignite that fire in your heart, and to help shift that trauma and that betrayal. Okay, so I'm going to be, just if you haven't heard it before, I'm going to be doing some dragon light language. It'll be quite loud, and it will be to help activate the fire in your heart. So just bringing down the column of golden light from the highest dimension of source, all the way down into Lotus Bloom's heart chakra. And also I'm just paying attention to the solar plexus. Okay. Ah, Nara, Teremi. Ina ora intraka ma ura inerea maha. Dan sarama. Dan saramata. Good. And just allowing the energy to flow up and down through, and then checking in on your heart and your solar plexus. Just feeling this heat radiating back off you, especially down the left side of my face. I hope this helps you, Lotus Bloom. Um, it's quite a big change for you to go through energetically, and I feel like there's a journey for you to go on with that fire in your heart. I'd encourage you to connect with that feeling, and I hope that it helps you on your journey. So thank you for your request. Let me know in the chat how that was. Thank you, Viviani. We have Emily next. Hello, Emily. Um, appreciate some healing for trauma and fear. Been having chest pains. Okay. Hello, Emily. Thank you for your request. Okay, let's just ask everyone else to step back to give us space, and then for Emily and your higher self and guides, step forwards. It's a very loving, caring energy from you, Emily. And you're saying to me, Emily, you're saying like you just open up your heart to me, and you've said, you've opened up your heart and said, there's this aspect of you that yes is very, very loving and very, very caring. However, you're saying like, look what they did to me. And this is the trauma and fear that you're describing is, with a big open heart, it's like you've been just your loving heart has been taken advantage of, and you're just showing like these scorch marks and these burn marks. Thank you, Lotus Bloom. Yeah, I did get quite a lot more visuals, especially around the journey that you're on, Lotus Bloom, but I was asked not to share it. I felt like it was enough what I was sharing with you. I don't think it was anything helpful, or particularly fascinating for anyone else. But it was almost like just enough detail for you to be able to connect with and to focus our energy on your heart. So, Emily, let me take a look. So I'm just scanning down through with a column of golden light from the highest dimension of source, just above Emily's head. Set the intention to clear, to heal, to energize. So it's like your heart is like blown open. And this is from the trauma you experienced. It's like your whole heart area is just opened up, and your heart chakra has like this hole in it. And the fear is this like, well, in part it could happen again, but that's a feeling that you feel, but then also your body is not happy. Your body's like, this is not good for me. Like I do not feel safe. So let me just bring in this loving energy. It's quite shocking to see because I bring this energy in. I can see it's like I'm seeing straight through this hole in your heart chakra. So let me just close this just encouraging now the sides of your heart chakra to close. Unara imara unara ha. Imara unara imara ha. What's really fascinating, Emily, is your very loving heart. As I close the wound, your heart's able to reflect this self-love back to yourself. Like it's a really fast healing journey that you're commencing. Okay, and this is the inside layer of your heart chakra. Let me help with the rest of your outer heart. Mara inara mara a ora ine Good. Oh, that's really beautiful. You have a very large heart. In some respects, this is why you felt like you could um, cope with this trauma, and yet um, at certainly the subconscious level. And yeah, you're being invited to set clear boundaries and say no. Just because you're a fast healer doesn't mean to say that you should run into battles or situations where um, you're effectively just giving away your energy and your heart. And let me just help with I'm just going to create a golden bubble of protective light around your body. Inara Uma. And just to keep this here as long as it serves your highest good and to know that you can remove it at any time. And then just around the very outside of your heart. It's just a thin layer to help protect you and hold your heart in position, and then grounding that energy of source down through the root of your spine and into earth, deep into earth. Okay. It. I was also just asking about your chest pains, and yeah, this did have an effect on your heart. Um, so yeah, I hope that helps. It's a big change. Please do, as Viviani says, drink plenty of water. I know I will. Um, and I hope that helps. Um, I can see you now, Carl. Yeah, sometimes our social media platforms do that, right? They'll be like, can anyone see me? Can anyone hear me? Um, and yes, our requests are picked randomly, um, and we try and get through as many as we can. We'll be back live again on Thursday. Kim B. Hello, Kim B. And no problem, Emily. An honor to help you and take care of your big, beautiful heart. Get plenty of rest. Um, Clearing, sorry, this is Kim B. I would appreciate an Akashic reading of a significant past life. Okay, significant past life. Sometimes I forget I can touch type. It's the funniest thing. I just kind of learned it by osmosis by typing millions of emails for 26 years in my software engineering career before I started this. Okay, so just asking everyone else to step back. And now asking Kim B to step forwards, your guides and higher self. And I'd also like to ask for Archangel Metatron's assistance in opening the Akashic Records. We open the Akashic Records, open the Akashic Records. And we'd like to identify significant past life for Kim B that will help her on this journey to understand any messages, any healing or clearing that will help them in this life at this time. Okay, so um, Archangel Mestron has just like kind of thrown me a book, and it's like the book is just like funk. It's just like fall. He's put it on the ground in front of me. So it's up to me now to pick it up. Um, so let me just take a look at this. What is this book? I'm just just blowing off the dust. Fascinating. So the title of this book is Significance in Insignificance. And it's not like meant to be a play on words, like it is like exactly what it says on the tin. It means there is a seemingly insignificant, as in small and humble past life described within this book, that also describes how this is significant for your life and many others can be at this time. And it's just got your signature underneath by Kim B. Okay. Can we be shown this life, please? It's quite a big, heavy book. As I've kind of cleaned the dust off it, it looked really black to begin with, and now it's like showing it brown, almost like a leather, and it's got a what you call it, leather backed. Is that what you call a book? I'm really not a book person. Um, okay, just checking through the pages. 37, 37th page. This is a year in that lifetime. Okay. Can we get some context on this lifetime, please? This was a lifetime of solitude, largely of solitude. There was a really beautiful childhood in this lifetime. This was in medieval times. Seems to be like the early Middle Ages. I'm just asking, like Middle Ages and medieval, they're not the same. Okay. Yeah, my mistake. The medieval. Okay. The early medieval times. You were captured and imprisoned. It What was horrible about that life was that the traumatic side was that you spent a lot of time as a young child um, growing up in and around a family who were sages, and that's exactly how you described yourselves as sages, and you were very important in the community, um, revered and respected, and provided a lot of help across not just like healing and helping people, but also animals and crops and working with the land. And this invading army um, took over the what we would describe as the kingdom, and murdered over half of your family and enslaved the rest. And for you, you were too young to um, enslave, and so they just locked you in a dungeon. They didn't believe in killing children, and so they just imprisoned you. And I can see you in this quite a small dungeon in a not very large castle. This is in England. Um, and after weeks and months of grief and grieving and the shock and the suffering of what you experienced there, including there's a small number of other prisoners in that dungeon. They came and went, but there was three or four that stood around, that stayed around for quite some time. Um, what happened was there was this there were bars at the window, and the window was really, really small. I mean, it wasn't really a window, it was like a hole with three bars. And what came through that hole was a butterfly, and the butterfly would fly into uh, this young child of you, and the butterfly's purpose was to show you that there is still hope, that there's still magic. And this butterfly would come and land on your hand. And what seemed so impossible about it is that the butterfly just kept coming back for weeks and weeks, like way beyond a butterfly's lifespan. And you would talk to it. And sometimes it would even get captured and killed, and then it would just come back the next day. And so this was not like a normal 3D butterfly. This was very much a phase spirit that was with you and kept coming back. And what would happen is it would come back. If it got killed, it would just come back um, as another butterfly. Okay, try not to cry. What the message that the butterfly, the message that the butterfly brought every day was it would land on your hand, and it would say to you, it would say, dear child, and sometimes it would call you princess, say, dear child, today you are growing your heart. And this was the simple message. And I just saw like your heart was really small, like from the trauma of losing half of your family, and really not, you didn't know at that time, if you thought for long periods they were all dead until you overheard some of the guards talking that some of them may be alive. But each day that went by, the butterfly would come in and you would say hello, and it was the same message every day. You're growing your hearts, you're growing your hearts. And whenever someone knew, or when one of the guards came in, they'd often wonder why you seemed quite happy. Like you'd have a smile on your face, not like a big cheesy grin, but you would just have this aura of contentment. And they would ask, they would say things like, "What are you doing?" or "What are you doing here?" or "Why are you here?" Um, and you gave the same answer every time. You say, "I'm growing a heart. I'm growing a heart." Now, why do you think that version of you, that past life of you, was growing a heart? Why do you think your soul chose that trauma? It was to have this massive contrast between this dark and this light, and this beautiful, brilliant magic. And within you, I saw in that lifetime, right up until the age of 37, you continued to grow your heart stronger and stronger. And many would look back at that lifetime and say, you were a child that grew to an adult in a dungeon, and that it was, a horrific and traumatic lifetime. But for you, that's not how it felt. You felt great significance. You felt every time that butterfly came to visit you, you got clearer and clearer messages about your future. And yes, your past life did all this for Kim B, for you. So we're so grateful, and just send so much love and ease any pain or suffering that that version of you has experienced. And yes, Kim B continues to grow this heart. Thank you so much, dear soul. And just closing your book and returning it to Akashic Records. Thank you, Archangel Metatron. And thank you, Kim B. I hope that helps you. That was a beautiful story of your life. Thank you. Okay, Amber. Um, thank you, Viviani. Uh, I have a solar plexus. Can I have a solar plexus healing and reading what's coming up in my love life? Solar plexus. That explains the connection to nature and animals. Thank you, John. It's a very beautiful, magical connection. Your parents in that lifetime, what they were bringing you up to do was to be able to freely communicate with all kinds of like every dimension, elementals, the beings that looked after the rocks and the landscapes and the water and the energetic grids and all the individual souls, the animals and bees and butterflies, everything. Yes, you have very, very deep connections. Okay, Amber, so just asking everyone to step back to give me space to continue to the next person, asking Amber, your guides, and higher self to step forwards. And we're here to assist with your solar plexus healing. And you also asked about your love life as well. So you're Amber, you're just showing me yourself, like you're showing me your light body. Thank you. So all of your being, almost all of your being, looks very bright, very, very bright light. It's an angelic-like energy. It's not as high frequency as perhaps an archangel, but very bright. Is there a name you give yourself for this light form that you take? And Amen Shala, which means it's like the light rays or the light beings of the sun. Um, another term uh, could be star being. Okay, well that's beautiful. Okay, this makes sense for your solar plexus because all stars really benefit from having strong solar plexus. Your solar plexus is being shown now. I think this is a um, maybe an exaggeration or amplification of what has really happened to you. But this visual I'm being shown is that the center of your solar plexus, it's like it's been drilled out. It's like if I just stood opposite you and then put my head down and looked through your solar plexus, I would see straight through this. Yeah, this happened in a past life. This was how you were attacked and killed as the soul of a star. And it was like an energy beam directed at your core. Isn't it funny that we call that our core of our bodies? But as I'm talking about the core of a star. Ah, okay. So this is why I'm being shown like this kind of exaggerated version because that's not how your human is now. But this wounding still persists from this past life. So you do have a solar plexus chakra, but it's like very thin and it's just functioning around the outside of this hole. Okay. I'm just asking how best to heal this. To Okay, in part shrink down the outside of the solar plexus, so about halfway to shrink it, and then to use source light energy to fill the middle. It's almost like I'm stretching out the middle. Okay, let's do that. From the highest dimension of source above, I bring down a column of golden light to just above Amber's head, setting the intention to clear, to heal, to energize, and then coming all the way down to your heart. Yeah, your heart's taking a lot of extra strain because of this. Feels like this is caused like when any organ or any chakra takes on more work, more burden, it's never quite as good as the other organ or other chakra that was designed for that purpose. And it feels like trust and what's the other emotion? Yeah, the ability to receive love has been greatly impaired by this wound. So I'm just going to help shrink down your solar plexus to about half its size. Okay, and now bringing in this source energy as I brought it down from the highest dimension of source above, I'm just filling your solar plexus and stretching out. Your 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 human solar plexus doesn't know the exact size, straight shape, and structure. Like it has strong coherence and is remembering. It's like the whole pattern of your chakra is forming very quickly. The structure. Okay. Okay. And then grounding you into earth. You've got a really close eye on me, Amber. I just saw this eye like opening up and staring at me. It's like, what are you doing? Okay, okay, good. And connecting into Earth. Okay. For your love life, um, focus on your self-love and growing your self-love, trust for yourself. These are the things that will help you the most with your love life, and they'll help you, Amber, avoid repeating patterns of um, uh, how to describe it, like not trusting others. Like it's like a self-sabotage pattern in a relationship. You know, when you go into a relationship and go, there must be another term for this, right? But you go into a relationship and you go, oh, I don't trust myself, so I definitely don't trust you. Or you go into it and you say, I struggle to receive love, so I'm going to feel like you don't really love me. So these are things that I'm just using those as more extremes, and it feels like there would be a slow burn, like ache for you. But yeah, definitely just allow yourself to um, do the healing, do the self-love practices, like first thing in the morning when you see yourself in the mirror, say, Amber, I love you, Amber, I love you, Amber, I love you. Put your hand on your heart and say it and laugh as you do it. It's really important because it's kind of cringy to do, but you know, share this love with yourself. And left hand on your heart, sending energy from your heart into your right hand and into your solar plexus, and allow your solar plexus to continue to grow. And you can also use mantras like I feel safe, I feel loved, I trust myself, I trust my loved ones. So these are all things that can help. I do have time for one more. So yes, please do, Viviani. Okay, this is for Nathan. Hello, Nathan. Um, so this is for a block of deception. Hello. Okay. Uh, Michelle was saying it's been wonderfully healing love in itself. I totally agree. Thank you. Okay. I find it really funny using a stool like this because I kind of find myself like whenever it's really funny, whenever I'm moving around, when I'm rotating around, I find myself like losing kind of spatial awareness, but I can see the person like with my third eye, no matter where I look, which is really funny as well. I think in many respects it makes it more disorientating because you don't feel like you've shifted. Um, okay, so let's just ask everyone else to step back. So give me space, and then asking Nathan and your guides and higher self to step forwards. And we're here to assist with healing, clearing, and any block of deception, either within yourself or of others. Okay, so there's this, it's not a nice energy. Um, just holding space for your experience, Nathan. So there's these mirrors. If you're standing straight in your position, I'm seeing at about what distance is this? Yeah, very interesting. About 2 meters out, there's what I can only describe are like panels of mirrors. So there's like, let me, are my hands visible? Yeah. So imagine a mirror like facing this way, and then another mirror like next to it at a different angle, and then there's a gap, and then there's a mirror, and then another mirror. And what there's a whole series of these mirrors put around you. It feels like these mirrors are designed to confuse, disorientate, manipulate you. Um, Originally, the mirrors were, um, when they were first put around you, Nathan, which is like a form of an attack. Initially, they reflected back to you. Okay, so they began completely translucent, these mirrors are placed on the outside of your domain, your dominion, outside of your auric field, your toroidal field. And originally they were translucent, and then they gradually began to like become more and more stronger and stronger. And the mirrors themselves would start to reflect back to you. It's almost like looking the sensation of looking forwards, and instead of seeing what's in front of you, seeing what's behind you. Um, and it's like this kind of, it reminds me of when you see in the movies, uh, I'm sure they must have done this like Ocean's 11 or whatever, where they got, you know, they get a picture or and stick it on top of a cease to be camera. It's almost like a projection of an alternative reality. It's like, don't worry, this is all fine. But what happened was that you were able to disrupt this, and you did cause some of the mirrors to like change angles. And so what happened is that it seems that any of the negative energy that flowed through these mirrors towards you um, would like is causing this reflection. So in other words, this reflection of either it might look like that energy is coming from someone that it's not coming from, and then also the energy comes to you and comes uh, into you, and you think that it's you. You think it's a reflection of you, but it's not. It's a reflection from another entity. Um, I'm just asking the purpose of all this. The purpose was to try and contain you and to stop you or slow you on your journey, also to help distance you from friends. Yes, there are some people that are trying to um, deceive you, and they're trying. It's like this fear of your your persistence and your tenacity in your ascension practice. Even though I'm feeling that it's a bit on and off sometimes, like doesn't matter. It's an upward progression, and that's a threat to others. In that, when you face your own demons, other people feel like around you, loved ones, family, friends, they feel like maybe it reflects on them that maybe they should be facing their demons too. And then they'll try and like sometimes they'll project back onto you and go,
well, what's the point of doing that? How's that going to help you? Like almost like try and belittle it so that they don't have to deal with by invalidating your journey. It helps them say to themselves, "Oh, I don't need to bother about facing my shadows." So simply, I'm going to clear off these mirrors around you, and I just collect them in a concertina. Return to source, or never return here again. And then these two rings above you, one above and one bottom, like these giant hula hoops. Return to source, or never return here again. And then just scanning around your auric field now. It's like really confusing. It's like you've just walked out of one of these mirror, what you call it? A mirror maze. It's exactly like that. So I'd encourage you to take some time, Nathan, to look out to the horizon whenever you can, um, to look at things far away and to to get used to feeling into what it's like to be more spatially aware. So looking at larger open spaces can be helpful, feeling into them as well. Nature is really, really helpful. And yeah, I hope that helps. It's a lot. Please drink plenty of water, get plenty of rest. I feel like you'll see the truth a lot easier now as well. Like what you're describing is that there's lots of worries of changes going on, and uh, what's really at the heart, what's really at the truth of what's going on in people around you. And this will help you a lot to see all that. Just know that you're on the right path, and know that as you continue on your right path, that you will you will continue to be a threat to others. Um, and it's not bad to to signify the shadow work, to represent that shadow work to people that they need to do themselves. You don't, a lot of the time, you're not even saying it, you're just doing it yourself and leading by example. And it's up to everyone to decide whether they want to face their shadows in their own time or not. Okay. Um, Thank you, Viviane, about the Thursday. That's strange. I don't know why it says 12. I'll check that out. Um, it's really odd. Whenever I select the times, it's like I save it as a time and then it just changes. So thank you, Nathan. There is a time zone change coming up. Time zone change. Yeah, like I think we change first and then at the end of this month, but that's not for a couple of weeks, so I'm not even going to talk about it or confuse people. I suspect it's just the wrong time. So thank you, Viviani. Um, so yeah, I think unless there was anyone else that we committed to, I think I'm done for today. Um, yeah, I think Nathan was the last. So thank you so much, everyone. Um, what a collection of beautiful souls you are. Everyone that I managed to get through and do a session for, have a birthday to Lindsay. Um, just very grateful for you all and all that you've done. And excited to help you on your journey at this time. Um, I'm going to do some clearing up in the well-being, the wellness center here to get it nice and clear. And where we have an open day on Saturday. So that'll be fun for about 6 hours doing uh, taster treatments for people. And then I'll also be doing a Halloween special here as well. It's just for in person, but looking forward to doing that. We have 3 tickets left. Uh, so that'll be super fun. And yeah, we'll be back live here on the same channel on Thursday. It'll be a lot of fun. Um, and looking forward to it. Is there qigong therapy now? not that I do, but there's many practitioners here, and includes qigong as well. Um, okay, so I will bring us to a close. I'd like to thank our guides, our higher selves, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Source, and Gaia, Archangel Metatron, and I'd like to close the Akashic Records, close the Akashic Records, close the Akashic Records, and just asking all of us to step outside of this session bubble, and we can all stay within our own individual golden bubbles. Return to source or never return again. Good. And encouraging you all, please get plenty of rest, drink plenty of water. It's a real honor to serve you at this time. And yeah, please check out my website, enjoy my free meditations. I know some of you have shown interest in joining our membership group, where we get to do things like this over Zoom with each other, which is super fun too. And I can see your faces. And I also offer training, which the amazing Viviani has both been on the foundational course and is coming along on the intermediate course in January. And yeah, just really excited to continue to support you, and so grateful for all your love, support, donations. Please do share Vivian and I with the world, share each other with the world, and let's keep helping each other. We know that this whole world needs us all to be helping each other. So thank you, and I'm sending so much love from Scotland. Take care, everyone. Goodbye. Thank you.